let's move onwards to our next ticket, which I think is called Guide and Muscle. So, let's now head over to the Mudpool, where our next event is called Mudflaps, and we are driving buggies. And well, I've basically driven every other vehicle at least twice up to this point, or 3 times I should say. And well, I think for this, I might as well use the Wombat's Typhoon again, because this is a car I've not driven more recently, and also because I've used 2 out of 3 of the available colour schemes. Yeah, let's go with this. You are up against 14 buggies, so you have no vehicle advantage and need to negotiate a mud-filled stage. It's getting tougher, in case you didn't notice. Honestly, I would say racing buggies at the Tenderizer is already tough enough, but the main thing I'm hoping for is that doesn't happen. Because to be completely honest, whenever I go to the Tenderizer, I know it's just going to be a shit show. Basically, just like going to see a NASCAR race either at Daytona or Talladega, you just know for sure it's going to be total chaos and destruction. And we have a full field of buggies here, and I'm pretty sure there are 15 opponents if you account me in this field as well. And of course, I'm using the Typhoon just because I've not driven this thing more recently. And also, by the time I am done with this, I don't think I'll officially need to use the Typhoon again, because ultimately that will officially mean that I managed to use all 3 paint schemes on this vehicle. And already someone has fucked me, as I would have expected. Even though I was in the lead at the time, and gonna go up the hill, trying to stay out of the mud, and yep, I was just waiting for that to happen. And I think after this I really need to limit the accidents, because I've already had 2 up to this point, and if I keep having them, then I'm just going to be out of contention. I'm really going to need to limit the wrecks if I'm going to get myself back in contention, because at the moment I'm running 8th, and I was running inside the top 5 previously. I think I also led before someone wrecked me, which I don't think was necessarily the wise thing, but again, it's basically just what you've got to do to win in this series. And already just like that, I am immediately up into 2nd, following the first lap shenanigans I was involved in. Already just like that, I am back up to the front. And already, things are looking good at the moment, if you would of course be willing to discount the 2 accidents I was involved in previously. Well, not both of them being of my doing, but one of them was clearly my mistake, because I was basically just barrel rolling, waiting to see how long it would be before the car would be destroyed. And that's basically what eventually happened, of course. And ultimately, the intensity is building as I'm now back up into the 2nd position, and in spite of the first lap shenanigans I was involved in, this race is actually going okay, because I'm still running in 2nd. I only have a Jester BXR to overtake before I can officially retake the lead, and that's exactly what I do. Retaking the lead as I did on the previous lap, as we now begin the third lap here at the Mudpool, and, well, to be completely honest, this race, from my vantage point, has actually gone pretty well. I missed the incidents I was involved in. Still, there is probably no way this sort of racing would ever happen in real life without killing someone. There's probably no way this sort of racing series would ultimately be palpable in real life without killing someone, judging by pretty much all of the high-speed crashes and multi-pile-ups I've already seen in this game up to this point. And no one appears to be challenging me for the lead. They are closing in, but just gotta limit the mistakes, use the boost tank just to keep away from them, and there we go. In just under 5 minutes, I have beaten the Mudpool. Now we can focus on the clickbait, because that is what I do. Even then, of course, if I'm not able to get many shots in colour because of the mud. Although I might be able to get some reasonable shots of the roll bar, as well as the... okay, well, I just hit a tree, but I'm pretty sure my car will pretty much look like new again, as you can see, and maybe I'll be able to get some shots of nicety, if I'm lucky. I would say it's possible for me to get some shots of nicety, potentially. Okay, I think that should do it. So, Anju finishes in second, and Mr. Suv was third. Then, in fourth position, we had Free West, finishing ahead of Danger Kenwright, who was fifth. And then Shadmahar finishes 6th ahead of Chan. Flynn was 8th ahead of Melon. Cleo Mulvey in 10th. Then we had the chairman ahead of Jono, Savage, Pullen, and Claire Marie completes the finishing order. And the overall margin of victory from 1st to 15th, just under 12 seconds. And we do not have to wait too long to complete this ticket, because we only have one other event to do. And that event is called Rift Storm, where we are once again heading back to the Grizzly. Coming up next.